What up, world? We back again with another review. It's your boy Chuck Wick Ills, aka Charles Brown. First, how you doing? You good? Good. All right. So this time, I want to get into something that's going to be kind of like a little bit painful for me, bro. It's a little bit painful because I am a Kanye West. What's the word I'm looking for? It used to be fan, but we're gonna talk about that. So I'm about to review Kanye West Yay. Alright, so I try to keep it 100. I try to keep it very real when I'm doing these reviews, regardless of what may come of that. But I see a lot of people. I didn't expect to see so many positive reviews for this album. It's literally, I'm not even gonna say it's split. I don't feel like it's split. It feel like maybe I'm out of touch. Maybe I'm like too vested, too emotionally vested to see clearly with this Kanye album, because I'm way on the other spectrum of this. A lot of people are saying this is a positive album. This is his best work since Dark Twisted Fantasy. I've heard people say this is a throwback to early Kanye. I've heard people say this is probably his best album ever. I've heard all kind of. I normally don't watch reviews before I do a review because I don't want my tainted. But this review, I was so in need of clarification. I couldn't understand if I was seeing things through jaded glasses, meaning I was thinking maybe because of these rants, maybe because of his recent stance on Trump and these recent tweets and this erratic behavior, which has always been there, but I'm starting to realize that it has always been there, but we gave it a pass because it was Kanye. Now, the guy that said George Bush does not care about black people is basically saying he is a Trump, not only a supporter, but he is somewhat of he's endorsing Trump. This guy tweeted that he loves Trump, and Trump approval ratings actually went up among young black males in when they were polled, who previously did not relate to Trump. It went up, if my math is right, I believe I heard it went up from 12% to 22%. So this is what I want to say. When you start to, then these are impressionables. This is like 25 and under. Like, believe it or not, that is an impressionable group. And when you endorse someone in a political fashion, I see a lot of comments saying you can't separate the politics. Let a man like who he want to like. It's all about the music. That's fine. We've dealt with that. Kanye has said some erroneous, some outrageous, outlandish things, and we've overlooked it. But when you got something this sensitive, and it's not just sensitive because, oh, I don't like Donald Trump. Like, this is real. This guy's policies are they're going backwards from where we want to go. It's a lot of nonsense and dog whistles and a lot of stuff that's not conducive to where our generation wants to go. Black, white, red, different. This guy is making everybody mad. Our friends, he's trying to line up the enemies and you know, everything. The lesbians, gays, blacks, Mexicans, everyone. This guy has something bad to say about pretty much everybody. If you're not right in that line of where he wants things to go. So with that being said, when you are a public figure of this stature and you say something to the effect of, you know, you're supporting Donald Trump to some degree, at that point you're going to taint people who didn't care one way or the other, who may have been on the bubble or on the fence, or even people who cared a lot. You're going to offend them. You're going to make people mad. So yes, this is about the music. Yes, you can say what you want to say, but when you dip your toe into politics, that's when all bets are off. Arnold Schwarzenegger, when he was and just an actor. He got love from everybody. When he ran for the governor of California and he won, it became a different animal. He got a lot of hate. A lot of people didn't like him, and it turned into a different. It wasn't about we're going to play nice with Terminator no more. This was ugly, and it got really mean, and it is what it is. So with that being said, I was one of the people who, when Ye came out with this, when let's rewind. Let's take it back to when he had the public rants at his show. He was talking about one of the nonsense rants he said, where he was stopping the show and, you know, just having a full-on fit, was he didn't vote, but if he had voted, he would have voted for Donald Trump. Pissed people off immediately. We're thinking that's just Kanye bugging out. He's just, you know, he's doing what he does. He's acting crazy. This is what he does. Then, a couple months later, Kanye's taking a picture with Donald Trump. We're like, what? This is crazy. He made a mistake. It was, you know, an error in judgment. He's trying to big bro right now. He's trying to one up Jay because Obama called him a jackass, and he has been trying to get back at Obama since Obama called him that. So after that, he goes to the White House. He takes the picture with Trump, and that's kind of like a thumb, you know, a thumb in his nose at Jay, because Jay's man is Obama. So he's killing two birds with one stone. He's getting back at Big Bro Jay, and he's getting back at Uncle Obama. It's like a family feud. It is what it is. Fast forward now, he's publicly, and I know he has an album coming out, and he publicly says he's supporting Trump. Then he goes crazy and says slavery was a choice. Now, we're not getting into all this stuff that he said, but let's just leave it at this. I wasn't feeling Kanye, and I think when I decided, I was very vocal that I was not going to listen to this garbage album. I wasn't going to rock with him and Chance. When Chance came out, he jumped in and caught a lot of fire for trying to save Kanye. When Kanye came out with the Trump thing and the MAGA hat, he jumps in talking about black people don't gotta be Democrats, which they don't. That is a fact. They don't gotta be Democrats. That had nothing to do with the conversation. All you did was now you shifted from white people were upset with Kanye, the initial conversation. Now you shifted it. You brought out all these other people who already say that, and it shifted to that convo, and you made the conversation about that. And you had millions of people online trying to defend why they're Democrat when that wasn't the conversation. So I was all set with Chance too for trying to distract for his man, which he later apologized. I think 2 days later, and I said on Twitter, I said, when he apologizes, we ain't accepting it. I said that before he apologized. 2 days later, he did. So with that being said, it was a lot of chaos, a lot of things going on. Once I realized that this guy it wasn't for promo no more. This wasn't for, okay, yes, he jumps on Twitter when he got an album coming out. But some of these things, this is a recurrent thing, this Trump. You got a signed MAGA hat and you're putting fire emojis under that. We can't rock with shit. We can't rock with that, bro. I'm sorry, bro. We're not doing that. So he brings out the Ye versus the people. He goes back and forth with Tip. It's not remorseful. It's telling you it is what it is. It's pretty much, he goes back and forth with T.I. And at the end of it, T.I. is, look, we're going to agree to disagree. This ain't going nowhere. So what's the purpose of the song? It didn't go nowhere. It's where he wanted it, where he started when he started the song, is where he ended the song. So basically, it was like, take it how you want. It is what it is. So it is what it is. So a lot of people, like myself, were not trying to hear Ye. We didn't know what the album was called at the time. We didn't know what it was going to be about. All we knew it was supposed to be 7 tracks. All these good music releases supposed to be 7 tracks. In steps the first release of good music after this whole nationwide upheaval Pusha T album, classic. Drops classic. It's all of a sudden, I honestly believe, had Pusha not dropped, it would have been even less people listening to Kanye's album. But Pusha dropped, it pushed the bar up and made it seem like Kanye got his mind right. He got his senses back. And we will see the old Kanye, and we will somehow, some way, he will explain, he will make sense of all this. Once his vaunted 7-song release comes out, well, whatever it's called, is going to explain all this. People are online like, he's the ultimate troll. You'll see when the album drops. You'll see. He got you all in the palm of his hand. Ye is a genius. You'll see. And so we all thought we were going to see when Ye drops. And you got to understand why we were so confused. This is the guy who, college dropout, could be one of the most, at a time when it wasn't even cool to be woke. Like literally, like you go back to when College Dropout dropped, he really was bringing that back in style. All that ultra black, all that soul he brought the soul samples. I know a lot of producers want to say whatever they want to say, but when Kanye came with the chopped up soul samples, it rocked the game. Cause at one point it was Rough Riders sound was running the game. Swiss Beats with the Casio keyboard sound, that was running rap. That was running rap. Dun, da, dun, dun, da, dun. Like, if you wasn't making your stuff on the keyboard at one point sounding like Swiss Beats or Pharrell, forget it. Forget it, bro. Timberland, forget it. When Kanye came out with them soul samples, he was chopping up. He made some classics for Jay on that Blueprint. He made some classics for a couple other people. I think he made he made some joints for Dipset. He made it mad songs, Scarface, you name it. This dude was making hits, making smash records. Fast forward, we get his own release. He Through the Wire and all this amazing music. This guy was a soulful. He was for us, by us. This guy was bred. He was born and bred for us, hip hop heads, and black people as a whole, and just people who love music. That's why we feel so betrayed. When this guy stepped in, it was what it was. It was unapologetic. It was very collegiate. It was very school orientated. Like, even though he was saying he dropped out, it was still pro school, believe it or not. And it was very family. It was very unifying. It was just beautiful. It was beautiful music. Comes back with Late Registration, which is another classic, but it took a turn. By the time you got to what was the third one? The one with the teddy bear, the rainbow, the color cover with I think the Japanese guy designed it. Beautiful music, but it wasn't socially conscious no more. That album was amazing. Don't get me wrong. These albums this guy was putting out was absolute classics, undisputable classics. Now, if you were paying attention, which I'm not even going to try and say I was or I wasn't. I saw it, but I chose to still embrace what he was doing. Even when people were saying, I miss the old Kanye, they were saying that 15 years ago. They were saying that a long time ago. So when it started to get to the forefront and 808s and Heartbreak and all this stuff, he never went back to conscious Kanye. We gave him a pass for stuff he did damn near 20 years ago. This guy started talking about when I get my money right and all this stuff, and we allowed it. It was fine. It was okay. It went from that to 808's Heartbreak, and then it went to Dark Twisted, which was a dope record. What's conscious about any of that? Kanye at that point had rich people problems. Kanye had first world That's another tax bracket. He didn't relate to me and you no more. And his music was clear as day that he did it. He had a great ear. And he feeds off the energy around him. When this dude said the line about the model with the bleach, he was gone. Kanye was gone. And I like Pablo. I like the life of Pablo. But we should have seen this coming. All of the conscious stuff now is it's a feature. Someone else. There is little to no. Kanye talks about Kanye and Kanye's problems. There is no people. There is no you and I. It is Kanye 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. It ain't got nothing to do with me, you, or anybody else. And that's why when you think about it, it makes sense that he likes Trump. Trump is in that tax bracket with him. Trump don't care about nothing. He's just about the money. We should have seen this 10 years ago. This guy is gone. He been gone. He's been gone. And that leads me to right now. To this album, to this moment in time, to this Kanye that we got. When you give a guy this much money and you remove his soul, you just give all he thinks about is money. Look at his surroundings. Look at his family dynamic. You got two of the most, all right, let me see. Not even two. The entire family is almost devoid of any substance at all. It is constantly for the camera. It is constantly for ratings. It is constantly for consumption of social media and the public. And it has to be entertainment. It's never real. Only time they cry is when it's something superficial that their sister did to them, or someone got leaked a nude of them. Like, it is always internal. It is always self-inflicted, or someone did this to me and it came into my circle and it hurts. They'll never. When the last time they cried for someone? Which one of them cried for Trayvon? Like, which one of them went all out for Mike Brown or anything like that? Any social act? What did they do? Like, be honest, bro. So this is what he's surrounded with. He's not surrounded with the social activism. The further Jay goes toward social activism, this guy goes the complete opposite. So of course he's going to say he rocks with Trump. Of course he's going to say that. It makes logical sense. For him not to rock with Trump wouldn't make no sense. So of course he rocks with him. He's in the same tax bracket and he wants to be like him. Just sitting on top of the way he said, it shows me I can be president. That's what I'm talking about. It's not about being president for you. He want to be president for him. Just to do it. It has nothing about it. What is his platform? It ain't about helping anyone or doing anything for anyone. It is simply to just do it. To just do it. This guy probably win the presidency and quit the next day just because he want to. So it's like, it's all self-centered. The guy just told you, I don't take advice from anyone less successful than me. He just told you that. And he means that. He means that. Now, how many black people are more successful than him? Ain't that many. So who's he going to look for success? He's seen Jay Klein. He already helped Jay be with Jay-Z. So he think he's on the same level. He think he's on the same level as Puff. None of these guys mean anything. He's going to idolize somebody who's been rich since the 80s and 90s. That's what he's going to idolize. He thinks that's what he looks at as power. So it makes perfect sense that he rocks with him. So with that being said, when I heard that he rocked with him, I was all set. I had the last straw. He had already been talking crazy for a while. So with that being said, could I objectively listen to this album? Because I want to say 2 weeks before it dropped, I said I wasn't gonna touch it. I gave myself 2 days. I thought about it, like, you are gonna listen to it because for one, you might have to review it, and for two, you are going to have to do this for the culture. Just for the culture itself. Yes, there is supposedly, we cancel Kanye, it's a boycott, all this, whatever. I don't do nothing the internet tells me to do. I'm doing what I want to do. I'm not going to just not listen because somebody say, is Kanye's canceled, boycott Kanye. Yeah, good for you. I'm gonna go ahead and listen to this. Yeah, I didn't want to give him no streams. I honestly didn't. Now, what I am gonna say is the album, if what I heard on Everyday Struggle is correct, and Academics, Nadeska, they reported that this is his lowest first week sales he's ever had. I think it was like 180, 190 that he's ever had out of all 8 albums. That tells you everything. For one, it tells you the chokehold is loosening. It tells you the backlash is hurting. Yes, he got mad streams. Don't get me wrong. I saw something today saying he got all these streams and all this and that and the third. But for Kanye, and you're doing 190, you're doing 180, 190, Kanye, who haven't dropped in 2 years, that Kanye, with all this publicity and all these right-wing people saying that they love you now, that's what we doing? Something's wrong, bro. Say what you want. Something's wrong. It ain't good. It ain't good. So, for all the love we gave this guy based on his stance, his music, his love of our culture, and even the fact that he lost his mom, we gave this guy a lot of love, even when he did not deserve it. So, I'm gonna say that with all the antics, the Charlemagne interview, which I think it was almost 2 hours. I watched the entire interview. I watched that whole interview. I was obsessed with everything that this dude has to say. And it all leads up to this review, because all things considered, this is Kanye. I want to review this album. I don't want to take all day because I honestly don't want to give it this much attention. I don't want to give it this much of my day. I don't want to give this review, 45, 55 minutes of my life, because I don't want to. This album for me, and I'm going to be honest with you. This could literally be the last Kanye album I ever listened to. And it sounds crazy, and I know that sounds ridiculous. I don't see any amount of hype letting me listen to another one. I really don't. But that's just me. Like I said in the beginning, I heard a lot of people saying this album was a fantastic piece of work. It was some of the best music. I went on Twitter. I'm just scrolling. 20, 30 comments. This is genius. This is a masterpiece. This is the best work this guy has done ever. The first day of release. And I'm like, is it that nobody really knows that it's out and this is all just his fans? I don't understand what's happening. I don't, because I put this joint on and I was like, again, I'm trying to ask myself, am I being biased because I am upset with Kanye? I am very upset with this dude right now. And I've come to the conclusion I could not listen to this objectively. So I had to listen to this probably 5 times. Not listen to it as it's just getting better. No, I'm listening to it as I'm trying to center myself and just hear it for what it actually is. Why don't I like it? What's wrong with it? You can't be objective because you're mad at Kanye for his outbursts and his outlandish behavior. You're mad. Yes, so I had to try to keep going back. I would watch another review, then go back. I would listen to another person say something and I would go back and listen again, because I had to figure out, was I being biased? Was I not giving this album a chance because I was upset with Kanye? So I had to really go through and figure out what my problem was with Kanye's album, Ye, and I come to some conclusions. So I'm going to review this album, Yay, by Kanye West. 7 tracks. I think that is too short. Let's just start there. Kanye is not a 7-track. It worked for Pusha, because at the end of the day, you don't need no more than that to do what Pusha's doing and make a classic. Kanye has too much nuance. He has too many topics to touch. He has too many things that he needs to address and say. Too many angles he needs to hit. 7 songs is a joke. That is too short. That is too short. I don't care what you say. Like this album or don't. You're not going to say this is long enough. This is too short. It's too rushed. With that being said, let me start this album review. Track 1. I Thought About Killing You. It sounds like something we've heard before. It's a repetitive tirade at the beginning. The auto-tune. I don't hate auto-tune. I don't hate it. But it's unnecessary. It was unnecessary. It took me 3 listens just to even get past that auto-tune, how much I didn't like it. The I Thought About Killing You, the little refrain is repetitive and annoying. It doesn't need to repeat that so many times. It is complete shock value. It is 100%. I know I'm not buying that this is organic. I think this is a shock value chorus, refrain, and this Urkel, this little white boy in the valley voice he's trying to speak in is extremely annoying to me, because I don't like him right now. I'm gonna be honest with you. And so me not liking him is not allowing me to feel that this is that he's being truthful right here. I Thought About Killing You, even if he's talking to himself, even if he's talking to his alter ego, or he's talking to his ego in and of itself, or he's talking to his wife, or he's talking to you, he's talking to me. At any event, it sounds contrived. And he's repeating it over and over as if it's going to get more believable. You ain't think about killing no one. You're not killing your ego. You're not killing your bipolar side. You're not doing anything. So I can't believe this. I don't believe this. This is not a viable stance on anything, because you're not killing anything. That ego's going to be right there tomorrow and the day after. You never thought about killing anything. So I don't like the song. Now, I do like the part when he starts rapping, but we've heard that kind of style before. I like when he starts rapping, then he switches the thing up again with the beat, and I just don't, the little part that it gets good for like a minute, and then he switches the beat again, and I don't like it. So that's I Thought About Killing You. A lot of people think that it's genius, it's whatever. To me, I thought it was pure shock value. Next song, Yikes. I heard a lot of people saying that Yikes and Ghost Town was possibly the 2 best songs in his. As a matter of fact, when I was looking at the trending, it's how I know that the album is not as cracked up as his stands are making it, because this guy was not trending. The album dropped, Kanye West was trending, his name was trending #1, but that's because Twitter had an article about him. The only song, none of the bars were trending. Nothing he said was trending. The only song was trending was Ghost Town. Nothing else. It is a fact. There was a couple tweets, they all were about Ghost Town. No other song. It was a couple mentions of the featured people who, I couldn't believe that was such and such. End of the day, some people saying Yikes was the best, one of the dopest songs on here. I thought Yikes was the most. All right, so this is a weaker version of Wolves to me. This sounds like he took the same skeleton of Wolves, threw a couple changes in there, tweaked it a little bit, and then made this song. The Russell Simmons line, shocked by, he has nothing to talk about. He has no substance on here. He didn't answer any of the questions we thought he was going to answer. He did not answer one question. I will wait. You tell me what he answered. He did not answer anything. There was nothing answered in his album. He did not answer slavery was a choice. He said it. and he went on to something else. This album has no substance at all to me. And my grade is dropping as I speak because it was already teetering on a D. And I was trying to, just out of respect, trying to push it up to C. But why you talking about you smoking on Wiz Khalifa? That man don't even like you, bro. Don't mention that, man. Y'all don't get along. And why you talking about the ops? You don't, we never, when you start talking about the ops? When you start talking about punching people, like, I don't understand this, bro. That's my superpower. I'm a superhero. No. Don't try to make bipolar cool, bro. People need help with that. You need help with that. Next song, All Mine. It's actually catchy. I'm gonna be honest with you. This, after I listened to it a couple times, it's catchy, but it's not that innovative. It took me 5 or 6 listens to rock with it. None of this I'll be playing again. I'm gonna be honest with you. None of this I'll be playing again. But this one, it could be all right. Is funny but corny at the same. Like some of the lines, the cum line, the titties line, like, and that random, that crash and snare when that comes in, that's not. I don't find that to be. This whole album is rushed. He threw ideas in there that were supposed to make up for the rushing. So he just threw random little stuff that he's done before, because he scrapped the whole album and started it over, and he only had like 2 weeks. He's trying to do a whole album in 2 weeks. It's going to be rushed. It's a fact. I thought the lyrics were mediocre. It was just sparse, sporadic, unfinished. The same thing I said about the rest of the songs in his album. It's just like you're trying to shock people. When you start socking people in the mouth, you're talking about you're going to sock people in the mouth and chip their tooth. I don't believe you, bro. I don't believe you. Therefore, I cannot, if I don't believe your lyrics, I can't buy into the album. I don't believe none of this. You're talking about ops and socking people in the mouth and chipping teeth and all this stuff, killing people. Like, it doesn't make any sense. And anybody that says this is genius is ridiculous. You cannot believe this. I'm a grown man. You're not going to sell me this stuff. You're not going to sell me this stuff. This is nothing genius about this. This is a frantic guy who needs help, who's rushing through an album that he said he's going to put out, and he didn't want to delay because he got to drop one right after that. Next song, Wouldn't Leave. Wouldn't Leave, honestly, that's my favorite song on here. If I have to choose a song, Wouldn't Leave is the best song to me. This is the only song to me that is real. The realest song on here. The most complete thoughts, the most complete concept, flushed out from beginning to end. This is a listenable song to me. I think this is the best song. It's featuring Party Next Door, Jeremiah, and Ty Dolla, which Jeremiah and Ty Dolla on the song before that. They make these songs listenable. They make them, all of these songs have elements of goodness. Let me just be fair. All of these songs have elements of goodness, but he switched them up too quick and then it turns into garbage. But that's just me. Next song, No Mistakes. The Slick Rick sample. The hook doesn't match the rhymes. I feel like I've heard this whole song before, but the hook does not, what he's saying on the hook, about I love you, girl, he's not even rapping about none of that. Even one of the bars ends with him saying something about a dude, and then it goes in, I still love you. It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make, but this one you rushing. You know what I'm saying? When you rushing. And I don't take advice from people less successful than me. I can't relate to that. Charlie Wilson sounds uninspired. It's a beat breakdown on here that changes and it ruins the entire song. I don't like it. But again, it's not. This is a soul. He took a soul sample, which yay Kanye. Then he's spitting nonsense that don't make no sense. It's like whatever. It has moments of greatness on this album, but they've not flushed out. They're not. It's not working. Next song, Ghost Town. This is the one with the soul sample too as well. And it's just like, it doesn't make it dope just because you put a soul sample. It's just no cohesion to me. Next song, Violent Crimes, featuring Nicki Minaj and 070 Shake, and Ty Dolla $ign. She's on both. She's the new signee to Good Music. Good luck. I like her. She sounds very coached on here, but I like her anyway. Violent Crimes is just contrived and boring. It's like Jay-Z's Beach Chair. I don't I tried to listen to this album, and it has moments. I'm not gonna lie to you. It has moments that are good. It has moments that are okay. That like, wow. I caught myself like, now that's like, Charles, you're being too hard. This album. That's dope right there. And then he would change the beat or something, or do something, or say something ridiculous. These rhymes, he's not talking about anything. They have no substance, man. Listen, I don't like this album. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't really mess with Kanye right now. I don't think I ever will again. I'm sorry. That was my dude for mad years. I used to get in arguments defending this dude through all the nonsense. I think a year and a half ago, I was online arguing to dudes about Kanye with Life of Pablo, and when DJ Quick went at him saying his production is lazy and whatever, blah blah blah. I went at people for Kanye in the name of Kanye, and now that has all changed. Yes, people say, how you gonna flip on the man just because of his politics? It's not just his politics. These are my politics. And the simple fact is, if you're gonna endorse a man and you clearly don't know much about him, and you cannot be, it's us or them, and you cannot be trying to sell music to people who don't relate to that man, and then try to tell us that we should rock with you anyway, even though you rocking with that man. You're not gonna put on a MAGA hat, not around me. I'm not rocking with it. So you put a MAGA hat on, you just cut yourself off from everybody else. And that's what it is, point blank. I'm not doing a lot of explaining and talking about this Kanye. I don't like it. It is what it is. Whoever like it, great for you. That's great. This is worse than Yeezus. This is literally, to me, his worst release. And I know I'm saying that because I'm mad at him, but it is what it is. So it is what it is. I'm giving this album a hard D, maybe a D plus something. I don't know. But it's better than Eminem, but that ain't saying much. My name is Chuck Wick Ills, a.k.a. Charles Brown. Peace. Like it, don't like it. Get in the comments, say what you want to say. Subscribe, don't subscribe, whatever. I'll see you on the flip side. Peace.